Point 256.
Welcome to a changing world.
Rock Point 256.
Welcome to another way of thinking.
Rock Point 256.
Yeah. Believe in yourself and in your heart.
Come with me to Rock
Hey,
Point.
discover the rock in you.
Come with me to Rock Point. Rock Point.
Rock Point 256. Discover the rock in you.
Let's call him Sammy.
But what if it's a girl? Then do we call her Sanyu?
Maybe they'll be twins and we can call them Sanyu and Sammy.
Maybe they will be triplets. We can call them Sanyu, Sammy, and Samari.
Triplets,
Hey.
Joker honey.
The arrival of children is usually awaited with great expectation, but sometimes things go wrong. Each year in Uganda, 44,500 babies die within the first 28 days of birth. You can save the life of one of these little ones and reverse the trend. Visit www.everyoneisme.ug or text everyone to 7197.
Rock Point 256.
Hello, our lovely listeners. Welcome to another episode of Rock Point 256. First, let's remind ourselves about what happened in Rock Point last week.
Aisha told Topi that she was approaching the D-Day.
That's very good. So this is your last antenatal visit. You are due to deliver in just 1 week. So let's discuss your birth plan, shall we?
We have discussed it together, sister, as you suggested.
We'll just go through a few things together.
That's okay.
So your labor pains should begin about 1 week from now. They may begin a bit earlier or a bit later. If your labor has not started in 2 weeks' time, you should come see me again so we can make sure the baby is okay.
Zach suggested a solution to the accommodation problem that the Rock Point Health Center is going through.
But why don't the government provide housing for the doctor?
I don't know. They say there are no funds for it. We have even taken it up with the district health office and the health unit management committee, but they have no solutions.
I'm not surprised to hear that. But, you know, in the village where I grew up, we had a similar problem.
Like what we are facing here?
Ours was even worse. The government had failed to build a health center for our village. So we got together, all the villagers, and we all made a contribution of some kind. Building materials, labor, food for the laborers, and even some money.
And now on Rock Point 256, episode 318.
Rock Point 256. Discover the rock in you.
Dr. Ian. Dr. Ian.
Oh, yes, Mr. Solomon. Good to see you.
Dr. Ian, I am glad I caught up with you. Good morning.
Good morning, sir. How can I help you?
I know you must be busy, but I wonder if I could have a quiet word with you somewhere.
Never a quiet spot in here, I'm afraid.
It's just that. I think we ought to talk privately.
This is as good a place as any in the middle of the health center. Solomon, speak to me.
Well, Dr. Ian, I got your letter.
Letter?
Yes. You wrote to the district health officer.
Oh, yes. My letter of resignation. Sorry, almost forgot.
We cannot let you go, doctor.
I'm sorry?
Dr. Ian, I know these are tough times at the health center, but you can't run away. Rock Point needs you.
Oh, so I'm running away? Solomon, I am left with no choice. I don't know what else to do.
Dr. Ian, there is no way on earth this health center can afford to lose you. You have hardly been here 3 months. We can't accept your resignation.
Mr. Solomon, I am tired of driving to and from Matari every day.
Doctor, the dysentery outbreak is going down. I am sure things will quieten down.
You know, I'm not scared of work, Solomon. Quite the opposite. I love making people better. But I have a family in Matari, a wife and children that I have completely neglected since I got to Rock Point.
I know it must be hard.
I am split between family and work. I work overtime and then have to travel, mostly at night on that Matare road to get home. My wife is fed up with me. She wants to leave me.
Well, that is completely wrong. Of course she should be here with you in Rock Point.
That is what I would have thought. But apparently that's not how things are done around here. I have to borrow a room at Sister Aisha's house. If my wife found out I was staying at the home of a single woman, well, I think that would be grounds for divorce.
To be honest, I, or rather the board, we didn't know it was that bad.
It's not bad, Solomon. I understand there's no accommodation. I can't continue to sacrifice my family for my work here.
I understand that.
If the overtime doesn't kill me, then maybe driving along that Matare road at night, full of trucks that don't give a damn, and drunken drivers will actually finish me off.
No, I understand. But surely, doctor, we can do something to ease the problem.
If you can come up with a house inside of 3 months.
3 months?
Yes. That's the amount of notice I have given.
I must ask you to reconsider.
Not unless you can work a miracle. You had better start looking for a replacement.
Hello? Charles? Charles?
Hello, Mr. Guma.
What is this you're doing? Who gave you permission to cut down my trees?
Sir, I'm using them to burn my bricks.
I can see that. I never gave permission, Charles.
But I thought you said I could use this land.
I let you make your bricks here. I said you could use the water from the swamp. But chopping down my trees is going too far.
I'm sorry, sir. But there are plenty of trees here. I didn't think it would matter.
The reason there are still plenty of trees is I don't normally have fools like you cutting them down.
I'm very sorry, Mr. Guma. I thought you said I could use the wood.
The dry wood from the fallen trees. I don't mind you using the trees that have died already. Those are the trees I said you could use. Don't tell me you have already used up all those fallen trees.
There are still many left.
So why are you cutting these? Damn it! You've really tested my patience. You know that. I was doing you a favor by letting you work on my land because I thought an enterprising young man with a business idea needs to be encouraged.
And I'm grateful, Mr. Guma. You have been very kind to me.
Then don't cut my trees just because you feel like it. Have you any idea how you are damaging this land, Charles?
No, sir.
For a start, with no trees to hold the soil, all the soil will wash away when it rains. And these trees act as a windbreaker, man.
I understand.
Good. I want you to replace the trees you have cut.
How do you mean, sir?
Plant 10 trees for each one you have cut down.
10 trees?
Yes, and don't even try to bring here eucalyptus to dry up my well. I want guavas and mangoes only.
But where will I find baby trees for planting?
You should have thought of that before you cut down my trees.
Yes, sir. But I don't know how to make my bricks then if I don't have wood to burn.
There are plenty of dead trees around if you look without hacking down these ones.
Fine, sir.
I want to see the new trees planted here soon, or else.
I will, sir. How am I ever going to make my business succeed?
Just breathe, Toppy, my dear. These contractions will happen more frequently as your labor progresses.
Mama Ali, is this normal? It is so painful.
You should walk around. Walk around, Toppy. It will help speed the labor along. All this is quite natural.
Oh, I'll try. I'll try to move, but it is not easy.
You're doing fine.
Have you called Ali?
There's no need to call Ali now. He will only start panicking. Men don't have a clue what to do during childbirth.
I would rather he was here, please.
Don't you worry about a thing. There, the contraction is stopping, is it?
Yes, it is. Better. It's like I'm two different people. When they come, they take over my whole body and then they go. And the pain switches off like a light bulb.
Well, Toppy, my dear, you won't be the first woman to have a baby.
I know, but it's the first time I have ever had a baby.
Well, it's not my first time delivering one. I have done this a dozen times at least. I think you should help me juice all these oranges. That will take your mind off it.
Yes, you are right, Hajati. I need something to distract me. I never experienced anything like this.
Well, it's just the start of labor.
Okay, Hajat. Ouch!
Oh, Topi, what is it?
I think Ow!
Is it another contraction?
Yes. I think it is. Ow!
They are coming a bit quicker, I must say.
But it hurts. I need to rush to the health center. Call Ali and Badru.
Take a breath, Topi.
I want Ali.
Topi, Ali's still at work.
I want Ali. I want him to take me to the health center like he promised.
Topi, I have told you and Ali many times, I can deliver this baby. Now, come, let's move to your room.
Where is my phone? Please.
Oh, for goodness sake, Topi. You are not going to call Ali now. You're overreacting. I'll take you into your bedroom.
Oh, I'm going to die. Oh,
it's all right. It's all right. Calm down. I'm taking care of you now.
It doesn't feel right. I don't feel well. Ow!
Hold on to me. Not for now. I'm looking after you. You mustn't worry. I've done this many times before.
I know. This comes as a shock to all of us. But don't shoot me. I am just a messenger. This is a letter the DHO received, stating Dr. Ian will leave Rock Point unless we can resolve his accommodation issues.
Solomon, he can't just resign. He cannot hold a gun to our heads like that.
Technically he can, Guma. He has given the required 3 months notice.
Like that? Out of the blue?
He has only just taken up his appointment, Solomon. Has anybody spoken to him and asked why he wants to resign?
I spoke to him earlier, Judith. He is not budging.
Does he give reasons?
Yes, he did, Judith.
He can't manage the work?
He does put in a lot of overtime, Jackson, yes.
We all put in overtime. This meeting to me is overtime. Am I complaining?
That is not what his resignation is about, Jackson. Dr. Ian has been commuting from Matari. Actually, he spends a lot of his off-duty time here because no sooner has he got home to his family in Matari than he has to turn around and come back to Rock Point.
Well, of course. His job is here in Rock Point.
But his accommodation is not here.
That is a lie. He stays with Sister Aisha.
He uses a room at Sister Aisha's because he has no accommodation elsewhere.
I don't see how that is our problem. Why did he accept a job in Rock Point if he was worried about leaving his family in Matari?
I think, Jackson, he expected the health center to provide accommodation.
The health center never provided accommodation. Dr. Victor, he never had accommodation provided by the health center. He had his own place.
Exactly. Dr. Victor is from these parts, Dr. Ian is not. So he cannot be expected to have a house in Rock Point.
I really don't see what the issue is and why you've called an emergency meeting of this committee, Solomon.
If I may say something.
Yes, Muzezak.
Dr. Ian has been an asset to this community. It would be terrible to lose him.
Agreed. And how do we stop him from leaving?
The doctor is a grown man. For heaven's sake, let him go.
By solving the doctor's accommodation problem.
Is he not comfortable with Sister Aisha?
I think that is a totally unnecessary remark, Chairman. We know the problem is that Dr. Ian has no accommodation. And I think it must be terrible for him and his family to be separated like this. With no end in sight to the problem, I don't blame him for resigning.
How do we solve the problem?
Well, even you, Jackson, our LC1 chairman, can build a Chinwero out of nothing. Surely we can build a doctor's house out of nothing.
Mzee Isaac has turned to comedy now.
I have seen people nearby build a home for orphans in their village.
And so?
Everybody can contribute something. If there are no funds in the district, people can put something, anything, just a little something towards building.
You're getting old, Mzee Isaac. You expect people to cough up their hard-earned money? Never. It will never happen. At my Chinwero, my patrons are so broke, they are not even buying each other a beer these days.
Do you think you could get the community to contribute to such a thing, Muzezak?
You mean like a fund for building the good doctor a house?
Yes, that is what I mean.
Well, it's never been done. We could try.
Mzee Zach wants to turn from a village health volunteer to a miracle worker.
Mr. Jackson, I'm prepared to try. Yes, to persuade the good people of Rock Point to contribute something, however small, towards staff accommodation for the health.